everyone, it's Crystal Neath, your intuitive tarot reader, and I am here with your December 30th, 2019 daily tarot reading. OMG, the end of the year is around the corner. All right, so we have the Temperance as the overall blessing of the day. We have the lesson of the King of Coins and the blessing or the outcome also being the Nine of Coins. Ooh, this is good. So the Temperance is saying just calm down. Life gets too serious too often. And the Temperance comes in to help you ground and snap the hell out of it. The Temperance card is balancing life and emotional well-being and the earthly experience perfectly with the spiritual experience. She doesn't let things get the best of her, and she's not taking things too seriously because she knows through patience, meditation, seeing outside my circumstances, and grounding myself, I can uplift myself from anything. Now, the Temperance card does deal with temperament a lot of the time, and I do notice that when she's here, you can overly respond to things. You can overly react to things. You can take things too personal and feel like things are just coming at you from every which way. But it's like she teaches you to have a thick skin. And I feel like that's very necessary in life. Not because we should get used to people just being rude to us or hardships. It's just something that we should just embrace and love. But because life is unpredictable, and with that unpredictable energy, we have to be able to roll with the punches and still keep going. We have to be able to be that light in our life that we look for outside of ourselves. And the Temperance card does say, yes, you have angels in high places, and you always have people and energy around you that wants the best for you. But if you have your eyes closed, stuck in a circumstance that is negative, and you won't open up your eyes to see, you'll miss the blessing. And the Temperance is protection. I always feel so protected when her energy is with me. And I know life can be hard, and trying to balance everything can just become too much. But she comes as a gentle reminder to calm down, and this too shall pass. You can ultimately change any situation that you're in. And I know that can be hard for some of us because a lot of us are in really, really tough situations, maybe mentally or physically or financially, but everything can be changed because every day is a new day. And when we look at things from an optimistic standpoint of change, and that change is possible, I acknowledge my circumstances. I acknowledge the power that I hold in my life. And because I honor that power, I use it to my advantage. And when I'm too weak, I have people in other places. I have spiritual, angelic energy that helps me every single day, because your angels ultimately are always around you and helping you. Okay, now the next card we have in the avoid position is the King of Coins. This is when we get too rigid. This is when we get too materialistic. This is where we get too caught up in what we don't have and what I need more of, and trying to impress people with money and status, and getting too rigid into our personal earthly wants and sometimes realities that we live in. Because when I think about earth, to me the earth signs Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn are the reality of the zodiac. They are what is actually going on, what we can see. But sometimes even the reality can be misconstrued. You know, sometimes your eyes can play tricks on you. And sometimes we get too caught up in what I know from my earthly experience and why I'm right. And we forget to be open-minded, and we forget to not take things so seriously and be so rigid. The King of Coins can also make you overly materialistic and throw around your financial weight and be an asshole. I don't know, you all, this year for my for 2020, I am really broadening my horizons and my vocabulary and just finding new words to use, because I don't want to be I don't want to offend anyone. You know what I mean? I want to be politically correct. And the King of Coins in reverse is stuck in his old ways, okay? He doesn't care about being politically correct, or either he's going over the fucking top with being politically correct, or he's just being an asshole to everyone around him. So it's like extreme. When we get too extreme with the earthly experience, that becomes a problem too. I am this, you are that. I have this status, you have that. It gets to this point to where it's like nobody wants to be around a rigid stick in the mud. You know, that energy is annoying, and it causes you to define your happiness with what it is that you have. And people who live a life like that a lot of the times don't live a life worth living. And even the richest people will tell you you could have everything in the world and still be miserable. So let's all work on our stubborn ways. Let's all work on the things that can be a bit too rigid. The moments that we want to convince others why they're wrong, it might be a time to actually listen. Now, the next card that we have, oh, and of course with the King of Coins in reverse, yes, this can be money. Sometimes that you need to reevaluate your finances today. Definitely don't overspend with the King of Coins in reverse. Now, the Nine of Pentacles. Ooh, this is good. This is good. The Nine of Coins is the self-sufficient woman. She stayed the course. She made a plan. She stuck with that plan. Now, she had some things happen to her throughout this whole experience of going through and making it to the Nine of Pentacles. She went through working 2 jobs. She went through holding on too tightly to her beliefs or her finances. She went through all of these things that kept her in a very happy vibrational place sometimes, but low in other times. And because she's finally mastered, all that I need is within me. Y'all, all of a sudden I heard I'm Every Woman by Whitney Houston. I don't know why that hit me. But it is. It's like this woman normally in the Nine of Coins, this card right here, you know, she's normally really like, she's by herself. She's okay with being by herself. She is enjoying her life. She is drinking her wine. She has saved her money. She has done things to give to charity. She's learned the balance of life. But overall, the Nine of Coins is saying if you can't take care of yourself, nobody else will. We cannot keep looking, you know, outside of ourselves for this happiness that we have to feel first within ourselves. We can't keep depending on other people to bring financial wealth in our life, because sometimes you know, this could be a person looking for somebody to financially come in and save them. Whether you look at that as the government or you look at that as a boyfriend, and it's like, not today. Today, you're going to have to save yourself and think about how well am I taking care of myself? How well am I taking care of me? If you're in a position to where it's hard, how can I snap out of it and do things to help myself? Even if it's doing the littlest thing. You know, I've been stuck in depression, or I've been stuck in my rigid ways. Today, I can't do a lot, but I'll at least get up and wash the dishes. Every small step towards your happiness and greatness is a step worth having, you know? It doesn't have to be this huge plunge. But I think ultimately nobody should disagree that we all deserve to be happy in life. And the only way to be happy in life is through change and acknowledgement, okay? So if this helped in some way, looks like a really good financial day, in my opinion, if you don't get too caught up in the money, okay? If you get materialistic and money hungry and greedy, well, you're going to have a rough day. But if you know that everything is flowing in exactly as it needs to be, you'll have an amazing day. So watch your temperament. Have a great day, and I will see you all later.